Welcome back to Theme Park Wizard, and right now, this video is going to be very important because this is the Halloween Horror Nights 2024 Survival Guide. In this video, I'm going to show you everything to do to get the best efficiency out of Horror Nights, especially because there's new entertainment this year and returning entertainment, plus tons of good houses and lots of houses on the lower lot and upper lot. So lots to go over. Let's get started right here on Theme Park Wizard. First thing I'm gonna tell you to do is buy your tickets online. I don't even know if you can buy them at the park, but buy them online. The last thing you want to do is be waiting in a line here at the ticket booth to get your Halloween Hornets pass, then wait in a line again to get in the park. Alright, so now you're in the park. What happens next? Well, you'll be running into 2 scare zones immediately. No matter if you like it or not, you'll be passing through 2 scare zones. So there are multiple scares, about 4 scare zones, 8 houses, plus the Tram, and 2 shows to watch during this event, plus tons of food and drink, and themed food and drink. So let's discuss what to do first. Coming and going, you'll pass through these 2 scare zones: the Chainsaw Punks and Skull Lords scare zones by the fire towers, and one of those over here by this truck. These 2 scare zones in the front always kind of mix in with each other, so you don't know when you're transitioning from one to the other. So you'll get these done pretty quickly because you have to go through them anyway, and it's pretty cool themes this year. Very excited for them. Now when you get to the Illumination store, you can make it right towards Waterworld, but this is where the Purge Dangerous Waters is. Now this is the show returning from last year. They may have made some enhancements to it. I'm sure they did because last year was its inaugural year. Fantastic show, you shouldn't miss it, but don't start off with this. Their first showtime will probably be a couple hours after you start anyway. So come back to this when you come back up to the upper lot. Catch maybe the last show of the night. It'll probably be the least crowded around them. People will be going home, or you may have already seen it already and they're going to other houses. Do this when all the houses are pretty busy, which is that 9 to 11 p.m. peak time. Horror Nights will be open till 1 or 2 in the morning each day. So last show here will be about 11:15. That's the show you should see, or the 10 o'clock one, while every other house is very busy. And this is again the Purge Dangerous Waters, hanging over by Illumination and the Universal Studios store. So now we're kind of in the Universal Plaza where the box office, and this is the Nintendo Cafe, and Skull Lords is over here. What I do, keep booking it to the lower lot. Keep booking it to the lower lot. Get those things done first, because again, you want to do the shows and stuff later at night. So why go up and down, up and down? Kill off the lower lot first, come back up to the upper lot so you don't ever have to worry about the lower lot again. Also, there's the early entry ticket. I suggest you get the early entry ticket or an express pass, because last year you really couldn't do all of the houses without an express pass or the early entry ticket. One of the two. If you get the early entry, you can do everything without an express pass. We did that. I tested out last year. But if you don't get early entry, you're gonna need the express pass. So go ahead and buy one of the 2. Early entry is only $10. Express pass go up to like $200 or $300. So it's up to you. But if your goal is to do all the houses, definitely get one of those 2 options. Early entry gets you in at 5:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. gets you those early. You can kind of line you up like 5:15, but the houses won't open on the lower lot and one on the up lot. Usually the Monstruos, where Monstruos 2 is now, that Latin America house, that one opens back like 6, or 6:30. But the ones on the lower lot for early entry open up at 5:30. They'll let you kind of go down there at 5:15 to line up, and then everything will open at 5:30. It's important to note that last year, The Last of Us was part of early entry, but that one had continuous technical difficulties, and a lot of moving parts and animatronics and stuff, so they were having a tough time opening it on time. So long lines would develop and stay that way through the entire night. Another thing to be careful about with the early entry, those early entry mazes, you want to get those done first, because long lines will develop. But if there's already a long line of the early entry mazes, then you might want to stay at the upper lot, and I'll talk about that at the end. Okay, so now we're at the lower lot, and you have kind of a quadruple area of houses. There's houses all over the place here. Dead Exposure's entrance is going to be right here, like always in this house. You have the classic Monsters, the Eternal Bloodlines. through the Jurassic World queue. They're gonna be sharing a queue. They're gonna use that wedding tent cake area, or wedding cake area. Then you have the other two houses back there, the Weekend and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Those will be on the right side like the last time. Then if you get hungry, you have Leatherface's Barbecue Inn, the Weekend Bar, which looks more evident, or more spruced up this time than it did last time. So here's my advice. I can't say this is what's gonna be like this year, but based on last year, the classic Monster Mazes don't usually have that long of a wait. They're fantastic houses, but they usually don't have that long of a wait, especially because the lower lot has a lot of IP heavy hitters. You have the Weekend, you have a Texas Chainsaw, I guess those are the only two, but Death Valley Death Exposure has a big fan base from Orlando. That house was very good from Orlando. It's ported over, and the classic monster houses usually don't get I'd say average 30-45 minute wait. So I say on the lower lot, do that one last. The biggest heavy hitter down here is the Weekend. When the Weekend was here in 2022, it averaged like an hour to up to 3 hours of a wait. So again, without that Express Pass and Express Unlimited, if you want to just do standby and early entry, do the Weekend first, then do Texas Chainsaw Massacre because they're all the way in the back. Then come up close, do Death Valley Death Exposure, then finish with the Monsters Eternal Bloodlines. If you want, you can then get a snack from Leatherface Barbecue or the Weekend's Nightmare Bar, get a drink before you head on upstairs, because it does take a little bit. It took me like about 10 to 15 minutes to come all the way back down here from wherever you are upstairs. So just be mindful of that. The Terror Tram this year is Enter the Blumhouse. So we'll be entering the Blumhouse, a whole bunch of different Blumhouse properties, and from the looks of it, there'll be different Blumhouse sets. So we'll be entering different little Blumhouses, and I'm sure each house will be a different property. Properties include Megan, the Black Phone, and much more. So make sure to check it out. And again, it closes early, so I'd come right up from the lower lot, hop in line for this. It's usually not too long in line because the trams have a high capacity. It's a very long attraction, and has tons of capacity, but it could get up to 50 to 60 minutes. But still do it. Definitely this year, because it seems much more advanced and much more, it has much more investment this year than it has, I feel like, in any other year. So now you've come up with the Terror Tram, and you want to sneak a peek over here to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Sometimes this particular pathway will be closed because they kind of have a one way in, one way out with the Death Eaters, but the Death Eaters won't be back here this year, unfortunately. So this should be open and up to your next destination. The rides will still be open as well. We'll talk about the rides at the very end because I don't think you should do those. Unless you go to Universal, this is like your once a year that you go, then we'll have the discussion at the end. But if you have a pass to come here more often, I'd say skip the rides because you really need to maximize your time. There was rumored in the Harry Potter extended queue area, rumored to be a Voldemort experience. That never came to fruition because obviously it was not announced. Alright, so we're now in for Harry Potter, and the next two houses will be all the way down there towards the exit gate. So the houses down here are Ghostbusters and something else. I forgot the house name, but it's Ghostbusters, and that's one. It should have a decent line. It's a pretty big IP, so I feel like do that one first. I did forget the other one that's down there, but there's two houses down there, and the other one should have a lower. That's right. Ghostbusters is more family-friendly franchise. It's not scary. Insidious actually is down there. That should be. In Orlando, Insidious is like doing bonkers business right now. People are saying like it's the best ever and very, very scary. So for that reason, again, it should have a shorter line because for a lot of families go to Halloween Horror Nights. So that Ghostbusters is the more light-hearted maze. It's funny they probably put essentially the scariest house next to the most light-hearted house. Try to go to Ghostbusters first, knock that one out, then do Insidious right after that, and then let's go over to the front of the park. By the way, this is your fourth scare zone, the murder of the crows. You'll have to pass this one as well to kind of go wherever you want. This is a decision hub, so this is Harry Potter. That's the lower lot, and that is other scare zones and Monstruos over there. So, a brand new Chucky show the late night with Chucky. He'll be roasting you. That's coming over here in the Kung Fu Panda area. So definitely want to check out the show. It's brand new. Dangerous Waters is not new, so you can maybe skip that one, but they may have added some stuff. This is an entirely new show, so you want to check this out. Unless you don't like roasting. If you don't like getting roasted, or you don't like maybe like the hanging show, not very fun. If you don't like that, you probably don't like this. So if you don't like those dirty jokes or potential sexual jokes or stuff like that, and people being mean, or Chucky being mean to everybody, and maybe some racial jokes, kind of vulgar, R-rated jokes, basically. If you don't like that, you might want to skip the show, but I say maybe try at least once, because it is something brand new to this Halloween Horror Nights. So that's what you should do. But they should have show times running all through the night. So I say do this after you do the majority of the houses. It's at this point that you can go right behind me to the bar, the La Cocina bar. There will be La Cocina Mexicana, has a small stand there, but there will be bars. You can relax. You can take a moment to hang out, relax before you go to the other two houses or see the Purge down the street. Purge Dangerous Waters. Over down here is the La Muchadores Scare Zone and the Minion Cafe, which will be open for snacks and treats. You don't have to go to the Scare Zone if you don't go this way, but if you do go in Monstruos, you'll be exiting out into the Scare Zone. Be careful, because there's always a scare actor just hiding, waiting for people to get out of the Scare Zone and doing them an extra scare. This is Monstruos 2. Monstruos 2. Monstruos did not have that long of a wait last year. Only topped out between 45 to 60 minutes. Usually maybe 30. So I'd say between this and A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place is a major IP. Definitely want to go to A Quiet Place first, then come over here to Monstruos. Now, if you have early entry, Monstruos opens at 6:30. A Quiet Place does not. So I'd say definitely do this first. If you get done with the lower light, and then you can come back up here. If you still have time, if you have early entry, you killed off the lower lot, came up here, still not 7, do this and then start the upper lot houses. That would be another thing. So that is the main survival guide. But yeah, let me do a couple of different options here for you. That's the survival guide, the GA, no early entry, just regular ticket survival guide. So if you have early entry, you have to go to the lower lot because that's the only thing that's open. So get that done. If you can get everything done by before 7, then come up here, like I said, to Monstruos. That opens at 6:30. Do that one, and then quickly go over to the Quiet Place, because that should be open by the time you get out of Monstruos, or at least lining up. People should be lining up for A Quiet Place by the time you get out of Monstruos, especially if you're first in line here. After that, then you can go ahead and maybe do the houses in the back, Insidious and Ghostbusters. Then after that, you have time for shows and relaxation time and do whatever you want. You can even ride some rides at that point, or do your favorite house again. If you have Express, you can do all these things one time. I suggest the low lot first because it's kind of far away, but you can even start with the upper lot as well. If you have Express, though, actually, and you want to get things done twice, not Express Unlimited. If you have Express Unlimited, you can do whatever you want all the time. There's kind of no survival guide for there, because you can do whatever you want. But if you should have a one-time Express, you should come here, get here early, go to Monstruos first, because the lines won't be too long for Monstruos. You can even do it twice. We'll save the Express to the peak time. The peak time is always between 9 to 11 p.m. That's it just gets really crowded no matter what day it is. Everyone's coming that time. So save your Express passes till then. Get as many houses as you can done without the Express pass first, then go through them again with your Express pass. The Express pass gives you lots of leniency because you don't have to rush. You don't have to I'm gonna go here. You can just take your time, do things twice, and you can even ride some rides if you like. Going to rides. If you come to Universal more than 2 times a year, or at least 2 times a year, I say forget the rides. Because again, you want to use it and you don't have an Express pass, then you want to maximize your time there. Do stuff that's only for horror nights. Just like when I was at Oogie Boogie Bash, I was like, man, I don't want to ride any of the rides that are open because I can ride these all the time. The Credit Coaster, Mission Breakout, even the Halloween version. I want to do stuff that was only for Oogie Boogie Bash. So same thing with Nas, and same thing here at Halloween Horror Nights. If you don't come, if this is your first time, you come here once a year, this is it, then okay. Still, I say prioritize the newer runs, right? Or your favorite rides. Don't do all of them. If you want to do all the houses and try to get some rides, don't do all the rides. But it's something like, if you've never seen Super Nintendo World, that will be open until at least that'll be open this year. It was open from 7 to 10 last year. I'm not sure if it will be open past 10 this year, but it will be open. And Mario Kart is added to Express now, so you'll be able can ride Mario Kart and check out Super Nintendo World while you're on the lower lot. Definitely do that. Not saying don't, because Super Nintendo was pretty amazing, especially at nighttime, and you may have not seen it before. So definitely prioritize the houses. But if you've never done something before, if it's first time ever, or first time in, or second, or you're not gonna come back for several years, okay, definitely get some rides in. But then you have to prioritize. I feel like the biggest and best houses. Do your research. Do your favorite IPs. If you're looking forward to Monstruos, if you liked Monstruos 1, then make sure to get to this house. If you love the Quiet Place movies and want to go through the house, go to the Quiet Place house. If you want something totally scary and not like family friendly and you don't care for Ghostbusters, then skip that one. Go to Insidious and then just book it out of there, because it's far. It takes a while to walk back all the way to that parking lot over there. And it takes a while to go up and down the escalators to get to the lower lot. So those things take up time. And then of course there's Express is not just fully, walk on. There's still a little bit of a line sometimes. Less than 20 minutes, but it's still a little bit of a line. So make sure to account for that and really kind of prioritize what you want to do. Then there's the RIP tour, and they get you the literal front of line for everything. So you're chilling after that. But yes, that is the Horror Nights this year. You can get tickets at this link right here, or on UniversalStudiosHollywood.com or HalloweenHorrorNights.com. Very excited for this year. I think it's going to be very, very fun. That start out of Orlando seems fantastic, especially Insidious so far. So I'm very excited for Tuesday to upload all the POVs for you. I'm excited to go live again, like I said many times for the past few weeks, and it's already here. The most Horror Nights content that ever has come out of this channel is coming this year. So get ready, because it's going to be fun. I have my Ultimate Fear Pass ready to go. Activated for Saturday the 7th. I'll be at team member preview on Tuesday. Then I have the Platinum Pass, comes with a free Asian ticket. I'm using that for opening night. And then Saturday night I'll be here for the Ultimate Fear Pass. By that time, all the houses will be done and uploaded on the channel, so I'll be doing some live streams, kind of chillaxing, some of the smaller experiences, the shows, and maybe doing some food tasting, because there's so much good food here. I'm not even really a food person, but you say barbecue, you call my name. So there's short ribs in the Weekend Bar. Leatherface has a whole bunch of barbecue down there with ribs and steaks and all that good stuff. So it's gonna be bonkers. Super excited for that. And hopefully, just like Disneyland's getting permanent barbecue, hopefully Halloween Horror Night, or Universal gets a permanent barbecue option, because that would be quite nice. So make sure to subscribe. If you liked this HN Survivor God, press that like button. Let me know your own tips down below, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll certainly go ahead and answer all of them. These are so fun to make every year. I'm very excited for the season. It's gonna be a little bit hot next week, but that's okay, because we're gonna go right through it. It'll be at nighttime anyway. Also, we'll be meeting lots of friends, so it's gonna be a very fun season. Make sure to subscribe, become a member if you want early access to videos and access to chat on every single live stream. And as always, have a horrific day.